Video games are among the most profitable and widespread forms of entertainment. Most games offer an escape from reality and allow the player to experience new and impossible experiences. As the ubiquity of video games increases, more and more of the population is exposed. Unfortunately, this may result in the development of a video game addiction, which is a relatively new problem that is overlooked by modern medicine, but may be as dangerous as other more illicit addictions. It is considered to be a distinct behavioral addiction that is characterized by excessive or compulsive use of computer games or video games, which directly interferes with a person's everyday life. At the moment, there are approximately 2.5 billion players worldwide, that is 1 out of every 3 people in the global population. China and Germany have one of the highest rates of gaming addiction worldwide. China has been described as games industry capital of the world with the largest market and some of the world's largest video game companies. China had the highest grossing and the most profitable video game market in the world since 2015. As of 2017, China saw a revenue of over $32.5 billion from the gaming industry, while Germany saw a revenue of only $4.4 billion. According to a report, about 560 million people, or 7 out of 10 of the country's online population, play games in China. Interesting is to see the differences in ratio in regards to the total population and the internet population of China and Germany. China has seen 814 million of its citizens on the internet from a total population of 1.4 billion people, whereas Germany has an internet population of 74 million citizens from a total population of 82 million people. The ratio difference of people having access to internet is of 57% versus 90% in favor of Germany. The difference is immense and partly responsible due to huge discrepancies in socioeconomic backgrounds among people in China as if compared to Germany. The landscape of the topic is strongly shaped by China's average income level, rampant software piracy, and governmental measures to control game content and playing times. In eSports, China has been the world leader in terms of tournament winnings, possessing some of the best talents in the world across multiple video games, as well as one of the largest pool of video gamers. As mentioned in the article For South Korea, eSports is National Pastime by Paul Moser, who describes top video game players in South Korea as household names. Same way, as of 2017, half of the top 20 highest earning esports players in the world were Chinese and famously known in Chinese households. Interesting is to note that although China's growing economy has boosted the economic prospects of most Chinese in the last couple of decades, the cost of a personal computer, video game console, or internet connection remains prohibitive for many Chinese. The popularity of internet cafes has increased in the country as a result. Rather than purchasing their own hardware and software, users are simply charged a small fee, often by the hour, to use an internet cafe computer, which often comes preloaded with a selection of games. This is a significant cultural difference to Germany, as Germans are rather in favor of owning their own gaming device, as well as the infrastructure for internet cafes in Germany is not present. The people in China accept esports and video games, yet still with limitations, especially in regards to the youth. China had to implement strict policies forbidding its youth on playing games in certain times of day, hoping to see a change in lesser use. In regards to treating video game addiction, China has built and implemented video game addiction rehab centers mainly focused on youth. The rehab consists of punitive approaches that include almost military-like activities and techniques, during which electroshock therapy, brain scans, and medications are used. The controversial techniques have been widely argued as inhumane and harsh. However, numbers have shown that the centers have experienced a 75% success rate at the end. On the other hand, Germany has the largest video games market in Europe. The annual Gamescom in Cologne is the world's largest gaming expo by number of attendees. The emergence of video game culture dates back to the 1980s, during which German production of popular video games began. Interesting to compare is the average age of a gamer in Germany is 35 compared to China, where the average is around 25. Nearly every second gamer is a gamer, with 34.3 million people in Germany playing computer and video games. That is 46% of the total population. In Germany, there were only a few limitation approaches at limiting video games that only targeted to ban violent games. Germany did not develop any infrastructure for treating video game addiction, therefore there can be no rehab centers found. However, there were certain clinics that offer counseling for patients suffering from different kinds of internet addiction and computer game addiction. A major cultural distinction is the acceptance. Western countries usually look at video gaming and esports as unproductive, whereas non-Western countries, for instance Asia, look at video games and esports as a part of other industry with opportunities similar to sports and therefore see the potential it holds. The growing interest in video games has led to an increase in the magnitude of esports events worldwide, particularly in both China and Germany, having made $756 million in 2017, predictions suggest that esports will become a $1 billion business in 2018 with a current global audience of 258 million viewers. Esports are even being considered for inclusion in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Furthermore, in regards to the health implications of video games addiction and internet addiction, in the article Is Internet Addiction a Real Thing?, Maria Konikova has highlighted how it is more difficult to pin down a quantifiable negative effect of internet use the same way like it is with video games. As video games increase in complexity, they are able to saturate the player in a variety of different locations, settings, and worlds. These advanced games draw the player into the world of the game. Gamers are more able to relate to well-rounded protagonists that give the player the illusion of acting within the game. In some cases, especially in longer continuing games, players use their character as a replacement persona. They see the character as an extension of themselves. The longer the game is played, the more the game plays reality. Successes in game replace success in work or school. Gaming addicts share characteristics with people addicted to drugs and alcohol. Some shared characteristics are powerful indulgence in shame, rage and melancholy, obsession, dishonesty, personal neglect, and dependency. Counseling is an effective way of treating video game addiction, which includes finding activities or hobbies which provide the possible alternative interests a person can invest its time into.